Hey everyone, it is Stacey
And Kevin.
and we are here to talk about what to do now that there are so many smart speakers on the market. I am drowning in smart speakers and I don't even know what to buy next. So Kevin and I thought we should probably talk about that. And here we
We
are.
we should because yesterday I tweeted, "What the heck am I going to do with my Echo, Tap, and two dots, depending on what I decide to do next?" I don't even know what to do with them. I'll probably give them away, quite honestly.
Giveaways on the show are always fun, but I feel like you've got it easy, my friend, because I have a Google Home, I have Google Assistant coming on my phone, I have four Echoes, plus the new Echo Home Hub, so the Echo Plus that is
Mhm.
coming, and I have six Sonoses, the old ones,
Which just got support for Amazon Echo. We won't say her name.
Madam A.
Right.
So I'm sitting here going, do I reevaluate everything? Also, we should mention that in December, the Apple HomePod will come out with Siri and
Mhm.
presumably the ability to act as a hub for the HomeKit stuff if Apple's like forward thinking. It may not be.
I I would expect it to, quite honestly. The thing that we're going to talk about a little bit is that HomePod is only going to work with Siri, whereas now the Sonos, your old ones that you have, work with Madam A. Although there's no microphone on your current speaker, so you have to use a current Echo to speak to and control the Sonos.
Yes. But I spent $2,000 putting in my Sonos. Actually, I think I spent more because that was only for the upgrades when we moved in here for the in-ceiling speakers. So let's say I've got $3,000 invested in Sonoses now.
Ouch.
I'm probably not going to get the new Sonos speaker because this actually right now works fine and it will eventually support Apple's AirPlay 2 and it will also I'm sitting here trying to remember which one does what, and it
And
also will
Google
get
Assistant.
no. Google Assistant is only on the new one.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, right. So the old devices, yeah. Oh, what a mess. What a mess.
See, so in what it doesn't support today is Spotify, but it will soon. So right now, if I play something, if I ask, and I have to say, Madam A, play Taylor Swift on Kitchen, is the terminology I use. And to get there, you actually have to activate it. You have to do the skill in the the Madam A app, and then you have to discover new devices. So that's
Right.
also a thing. Okay,
Right, right.
so that's how that works. Right now, it doesn't have Spotify, it only has Amazon Music. But I'm really happy. And once it has Spotify, I'm kind of like, I'm done.
So I stayed away from Sonos because way back in the day, I remember when they had the big tablet type controller and all that. It was
Mm-hmm.
a very expensive system. So I stayed away from it. And I actually do have a Google Home, and my NVIDIA Shield now has Google Assistant, can act like a Google Home. And I was thinking about getting those $50 microphone thingies
Google
that go around
Minis.
the house. Right. But that's not available yet. So I've got a couple Google Home things as well. And then, of course, I've got an Apple Watch where I constantly use Siri for saving reminders, opening apps, making phone calls, and so on. And then, of course, I have all the Echoes. I have it easier. You're absolutely correct, but I still have a mishmash, right? But, but, now I'm actually interested in the new Sonos because the new one that comes out at the end of the month, which we're thinking we're getting a review unit, we're working that out right now, uh, will have Madam A built in, has a microphone, dual multi-array microphone,
Six.
six. There you go. Also, so it'll have Madam A. It's going to get Google Assistant in 2018. It's going to get AirPlay in 2018. So then I'm not locked into one user interface for voice. I can switch and do whatever I want. Plus, it's about the only thing I can use that's not an Apple thing that will let me stream Apple Music, which the family has a subscription plan for.
So that's good for you. The
Yes.
challenge with this is going to be, is it hard? So I live in a home where sometimes in some rooms I have to say, hey, G. And in sometimes I'm in other rooms I have to say, Madam A.
Yep.
And when you think about there are things that Madam A is so good at, like smart home stuff was always the best. When it comes to Google, though, they've expanded their ecosystem, and Google is way better when you ask it random questions. I love you, Madam A, but wow. And then Google also with its latest announcement, they announced all these cool stuff for kids. That was really compelling. You've got the calling that's better than Madam A, and now they've got broadcast, which is
Right.
you basically tell Google to broadcast your message, and then all the homes in your home shout out, "It's time for dinner."
So I agree with everything you said, but the way this market is developing, whenever one of the three major assistants gets a feature, eventually it shows its way up with the other two. So it would not surprise me for, like, say, broadcast to go to Amazon Echoes, for example.
Well, they have drop in where you can
Yes.
shout, and I don't know why they did it as drop in as opposed to broadcast. I feel like they're, and then there's also with the older echoes and dots, you can't, there's a limitation on the phone calling that you can do.
Hmm.
So that, like, phone calls out to people who are not on an echo,
And,
which is
and
like
and the
everybody.
tap and my tap actually has some even more limitations, that some things don't work. I know, but I love my tap. I
Like,
love
oh,
it.
the tap.
The tap sits in my family room near the back door of the deck. I grab morning coffee. I grab the tap off the charger. I go outside. I tell it to play Sirius XM, the Beatles channel, and that's my morning ritual.
Okay.
Sorry.
I feel like it's like I can't snuggle with my bird like I can snuggle with my cat or my dog. Like it's not a snuggly animal.
I
But
snuggle with my tap.
there you go. I'm like the tap, it performs no functions. But okay.
Ah, ah.
Okay. So now we get to what do we do? What do we buy? So you've got this grand UI unification theory. So let's lay that out for people.
Well, and even before we lay that out, I tweeted something out today, and a couple of folks agreed. No one has disagreed yet. I'm sure somebody will, but that's fine. I said that the battle for the smart home is not with devices, it's with the user interface and the data that can be captured from it. So, and this is not new. I mean, I don't know if you recall, but back in 2011, I've been thinking about this for like 6 years. I wrote an article about Siri and the invisible interface. And then you could insert Madam A or Google Assistant for Siri, whatever assistant of your choice in there, and it still holds. The premise is still there. This is a big movement right now, and that's where the battle is. It used to be, at least I thought, whose devices are going to work with whose hub, but now that's kind of sorting itself out. So now it's how will we interact with the home or whatever device.
So I'm going to one up you on that. And it's very
Ooh,
similar. So I don't disagree with you, but I'm going to take it to the next level, like quite
take
literally in the
take
stack.
it, take it.
So,
This is IoT unscripted, by the way. Go for it.
so I agree that the user interface solved a lot of the hub problems. And I think the battle is right now for the user interface, but I actually think the battle is going to be for the AI. Oh, hey, there's my dog. This is what happens when you have unscripted things. Uh, so
That's Stacey's notification that somebody is driving past the house.
I have a doorbell that will ring
Who needs a
too, but
camera? Who needs a camera?
I've got the dog. That's Sophie. So I think the big issue though is I've lost my train of thought. Ah, no,
The AI.
the AI. So the AI is the big deal here because the data and context that these things pull in and what they can do with it is going to matter. And I think we're seeing that with things like that Google Max speaker that knows where it is in the room, it does things, and even things like that silly Clippy thing that's probably a training ground for understanding like when to take a picture or who people are, like all of that. That's where I think we're going to see the actual things matter in the home. It'll be your AI is going to be your butler.
I agree with you. And if anybody has, Google has taken it to that next level first. And there's a reason for that. My opinion is they've got the most data, they've got the best data, and I think they have the best machine learning back end right now to use that data. So it's the same reason why you and I have talked before. How often do you ask, like, Madam A for specific information that can be found on the web? Probably you go to your Google Assistant for that. And Siri, I'm sorry, I said it yesterday. My recurring thought throughout that Google event was Apple needs to up Siri's game. because it's not even close at this point when it comes to information.
It's true. Or even, I mean, honestly, yeah, it's not even close to a lot of things. I've got HomeKit stuff in my house, and it doesn't even sometimes understand what lights I want taken care of. So,
Right, right.
okay. So, I think UI is the battle we're facing right now, but AI is the battle of the future. And
Hmm.
I think all of this stuff's going to work together for the most part, not everything. Sorry,
Not
all of this stuff being my lights and my door locks.
right.
Now, when we start talking about like my phone talking to like proprietary earbuds, that gets a little freaky. I don't want to see that.
Agreed.
And with like the Apple Watch, you love your Apple Watch.
Honestly, this is a lock-in for me because I wear this every waking moment and use it all the time. You know, for my phone calls, I leave the phone behind and leave a reminder for myself. You'll be pinging me on Hangouts to talk about something, and I'll be walking the dog and just voice transcribing on Hangouts here, and you don't know the difference. I mean,
I
it's
don't.
a very liberating thing, and it's really been very effective as a device for everything I need it to do. Um, I can't use this with a non-iOS phone, so that's why I didn't get a Pixel yesterday.
And
You
I
ordered one.
did. I ordered the Pixel, and you're talking about getting the AirPods because then you can have that private. But then you're going to be stuck talking to Siri, and we admit that she's not great.
She's not great for information. I agree. She's great for context, and even without Siri, I get all of my Google Now contextual notifications on this watch because they come as notifications. So I'm not missing out there. It's ideally a native experience on Android is better, yes, but I'm not missing out too much there. So I can live with that. I don't know. I mean, there is a bit of lock-in. To me, there's lock-in for my music service too. All the family has iPhones and Apple Music, and I can't put Apple Music on an Android Wear watch, so I can't make that move. And yeah, I'm
Oh,
stuck
I
now.
hate Siri. You're like pinned in like a little sad animal. All
Well,
right.
by choice, I could be a rebel in the family, but then it's like I lose out on a lot of services that are valuable to me and my family right now. So,
Okay, so circling back to the key question,
hmm.
what about your home speaker setup? Would you or are you going to change?
So
Or sorry,
depending on,
smart assistant, I guess, not just the speakers.
well, I think I am really leaning towards buying the new Sonos because I, again, don't get locked into an assistant. Right now, I'm using multiple assistants. Madam A is the most used, but that's because she is in multiple rooms in my house. Google Home is only in this room, my office, so it's not getting as much use. Siri is just Siri, and she's always with me whether I like it or not. So having the flexibility with the Sonos in 2018 when these services come to it, I think is the way for me to go. And I think it would be a smart way for a lot of people to go. But the question is, do you even need to upgrade? Because what are you buying now? Like, I'm just going to get better sound.
Right.
Okay, and that's important.
But you carry your phone isn't a Google Assistant phone anymore. I was going to say if you still had your Google phone, you might not have to do anything.
That is also true. And Google Assistant is available on iOS. You just have to open the app first. You can't launch it by voice. I know it's a barrier. It's a silly little thing, but it is a barrier. It's an obstacle to use. Um, I don't think I want to place my bets on a one digital assistant right now.
Okay.
And honestly, I haven't today. I have two or three today. So,
All right, you're willing to have the cognitive load. So I have all of these echoes. I have to think about how many I have. I think I have two main echoes, two dots, and a show. So five echoes. I think I'm going to move the Google Home actually down into the living room to sit next to the Echo Show. We like having the Echo Show in the kitchen. Not actually, I wanted to use it to talk to my mom, but she doesn't want one. But we still use it to show like videos and stuff but not YouTube videos anymore. So I'm going to keep that there. The dots still control the Sonoses, so I'm okay, but I kind of want to buy another Google Home for upstairs. And right now I have a dot next to me, but I might switch that out for a home.
but since you bought a Pixel, you're going to get a free Google Home Mini.
Oh, so I'm not going to buy anything. Also, I have the Echo Show coming. Or, sorry. Also, I have the Echo, what is it
Hub.
called? The
Pro? I don't know. I forget.
Plus, it's the Echo Plus.
The Echo
I'm
Plus,
like,
which is a hub, which not to get off topic, but yes, it's a smart speaker. It's a digital assistant. It is also can be your smartphone home hub. It can't be for me because it doesn't have a Z-Wave radio, and my front lock is a Z-Wave lock.
see, and if we go down this path, we're going to be whining about the smart home forever. So we're stopping
Yes.
this now. So from a smart speaker perspective, our advice to you is to evaluate which assistant you want to use first and most. If you're patient and wait, you probably won't have to upgrade. And if you like both Amazon, Madam A, and Hey G, you should probably look at the Sonos at least in one room or wait, until after Kevin tells you what he thinks. So that's our advice. It's not great advice. But also, if you're in the market for an Echo, once my Echo Plus whatever gets here, I'm totally going to do a giveaway on the show. So you can wait for that.
I
All
may
right.
have some as well. So,
There we go. We've got our solution. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks.